up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I'm back for another Now That We're Grown, okay? With everyone being so uptight and so upset about Jada Pinkett this past week, I decided, why not go ahead and do Now That We're Grown Jason's Lyric, which is, I believe, one of Jada's best roles. Like, the acting in this movie is amazing. You know what I'm saying? This is why back in the day, you could have, like, I'm doing quotation marks under the graphic. Okay, hold up. Hi. Okay, hi everybody. Quotation marks. You can have a low budget film and it be like a cult classic in such a way. This is what I like to call a hood fairy tale, if you will. Because in order to deal with the harsh realities of life, there is a whimsicalness that is created in the dialogue of this movie. And also in the places that Jason and Lyric go to hunch. Very much given magical, okay? Very much given imaginary. Why would we have sex in the grass with no blanket on the ground so that there can be ants and grass in our asses? I don't understand. I'm going to start off there. Just saying that this movie is romanticized to the nth degree. And even though there's something to be loved about that, being able to romanticize and have like a fairy tale in our regular lives, like being able to create that vibe, I get it. You know, you need some whimsy. You need some magic in this life. But at the same time, a lot of y'all take it too far. You take the whimsy, you take the magical aspect of it a little bit too far, and you got to be real and honest with yourself. And Lyric is a character, both Lyric and Jason, I feel like, are living in the harsh realities of the life that they live in Houston. Because I don't know if y'all know, Jason's Lyric is set in Houston. Okay? Harsh life, thug shit, struggling. We work down to the restaurant. We work down to the hood restaurant. We don't even work in a nice restaurant in the big city, girl. We working down to This Is It soul food in the neighborhood, okay? We work at the TV repair place in the neighborhood. Y'all, these are places that don't know, probably don't even exist anymore. TV repair places. What? Just buy a new one these days. Send that shit to Best Buy. But either way, y'all, I feel like they were both living in very harsh realities and created some type of magic and whimsy in their life. And I feel like what happens in real life is that we take this romanticism and apply it to real life in a way that is unsustainable, unrealistic, and delusional. Have your romanticism. Quote your poetry, bitch. Take a girl out on a nice date. You know what I'm saying? That's not a Cheesecake Factory. A little bit more thought. You know, do that. But do us all a favor and don't get involved in street shit that you don't really know nothing about. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not being realistic. You're being delusional. Okay? So that's the beginning of my synopsis of Jason's Lyric. We're about to get into the depth of the situation. So please, everybody, do me a favor. Like the video. Share the video. Let's go ahead and get into how it starts, right? So, Jason's Lyric, it starts with love and happiness. I love to point out the music because you got to get the vibe. Love and happiness. You know a black movie gonna be good if it start off with this. Something that make you do wrong, make you do right. Hey, love. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Whenever a song starts out with that, okay, you know it's about to be a good movie. We hear a woman scream and a gunshot. We don't know what happened. That's just what we hear. Then we see main character Jason is seated on the bus, shadow on one side of his face and the sunlight flickering through the trees on the other side. Love symbolism and you know what I'm saying, in the work. I love the symbolism in the work. This is, you know, this is one of those times where the visual is giving you the story. On one side, we run into the sun, we run into the light. But on the other side, we got this dark shit that's pulling us back towards, you know what I'm saying, the depths of hell, the degeneracy, okay? Somebody caught between two worlds, okay? I picked this up as soon as I saw the first shot. We didn't see Lyric at this moment. Nobody has any idea what happened with her. We just see him on the bus, shadow one side of the face, light on the other side of the face. He says, ghosts. Everybody got some good, some bad. But memories won't let you forget. They have a way of boomeranging and changing a life forever. Okay, we starting off with a country accent that seems inconsistent and deep thoughts. Okay. We run back to the 70s. And we see a plane flying over a field of pink and purple flowers. It's very beautiful. And we see Mad Dog, okay? 2 strong legs, smiling, looking healthy, clothes that fit. Mad Dog is playing with Jason and his little brother Josh. Got Josh on his shoulders, Jason down, running around, you know. And he says Mad Dog taught them about magic. He said God told him where to find magic, and they would go there once a week and just stare at the sky and watch the planes go by, watering the fields below. And as they're enjoying this time and the water sprinkles over them and you see the kids, just pure happiness. People look solid. People look like they got their shit together. Okay? But as these things happen, time, war, circumstances take place, and the person, therefore, changed forever. Mad Dog. Mad Dog went to the war, went into Vietnam, and did not come back the same. And so what we see of him when he came back, he's in his taxi driving around playing Otis Redding. I'm sure driving drunk. And the song is very important, y'all. I've been loving you too long. I don't want to stop now. Y'all, that song is so intense, right? Especially for his character, who is still in love with his ex-wife, baby mama, I'm not sure, Jason and Josh mama, who don't want no past no more. She don't want nothing to do with him. She was at work, okay? He shows up to the house. We hear Jason's voice. Mama said Vietnam drove Mad Dog crazy. When he lost his leg, he lost his mind. Mad Dog show up, barely containing himself, okay? Looking real heavy up around the eyes and the mouth. Been drinking. He got a water gun. And the water gun looked like a real gun. So when he jumps out the car and starts shooting it at the kids, they look scared at first. And then once they realize it's a water gun, Josh is back there looking angry. And Jason is like, oh, dad, you know. Well, no, actually he did the, you know, stand up and alert like a soldier because, you know, his daddy was a soldier. He wanted to be like his daddy. So he stand there as he getting shot with the water gun. You're supposed to be able to just stand there while somebody shoots you in the fucking face with water, I guess. Whatever. Life lessons. So when Josh goes to run inside, Mad Dog grabs his arm. Feelings hurt that Josh ain't got time for this shit. Josh ain't got time for this shit. He don't know what you on right now. But he don't like it, so he going inside to remove himself from the situation. Mad Dog grabbed his arm, hurt his arm. Jason was like, Mad Dog, you hurting him. You hurting him. Mad Dog look at Jason. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, let him go. Josh run off. Mad Dog wants to give the kids ice cream. Josh don't give a shit about ice cream. Leave me alone, nigga. Okay? Jason takes the money from him. Right before he's about to take the money, some kid, teenager, runs in between them, snatches the money. But because Mad Dog is still somebody with quick reflexes from the military, he trips the guy up with his cane and beats him with the cane to the point where Jason was scared and did not like it, and you can tell. Mad Dog let the nigga go and then tell Jason, listen, you always give a man his just due. You always give a man his property. You can tell Mad Dog had a lot of hurt feelings behind what happened during the war. Y'all, they fucked over a lot of men with the Vietnam War. Like, made them go. When they came back, they have heroin addictions, drinking problems, because they were over there, like, killing kids and shit, you know. Nobody liked to talk about it. It's just a lot of fucked up stuff we know happened. And then everybody comes back here with no real jobs. Nowhere to deal with the trauma of what they've experienced. And it's not even really cool or thought of to go and talk to somebody about what you've experienced during the war. And men don't even like to talk to the real therapists that they had before they went to the war, which were the women in their lives. Women play therapists to these niggas all the time. That's what we do. And men did not want to talk about what they had experienced. And so what happens? They drink, they drug, they figure out a way to cope. And however they figure out a way to cope is not always the best, because nobody's teaching you positive ways to cope in the 60s and the 70s. For what? What we doing that for? Okay? We trying to get everybody into the prison industrial complex. So he grabs Jason real tough like why you grabbing the kids all tough like this? But he grabs the kid, he grabs Jason real tough around the neck, and he said, I love you, right? And Jason looks scared, but he like, yeah, Dad, I love you too. And he says, all right. And he tells him, tell your mama I love her. And then he leaves. Another thing I noticed about the way they depicted the characters in this movie, the 90s colorism thing. Okay, I know we like to act like colorism was not happening, but to me, placing light-skinned, light-haired Jason as the good kid and dark-skinned, angry, Josh, yeah, it is giving colorism. Sorry, it's how I'm feeling. Because in real life, both of those kids would have been black or brown complected, and nobody would have looked like Jason. Okay, stop playing with me. Vietnam vets in my time didn't get monetary compensation until early 2000s. So yeah. And this is somebody in the damn 70s trying to figure it out. We see the boys running the streets of Houston in the 70s before crack hit. Okay. You see your homeboy out there with the quick feet that like to dance and all of that. He's still clean. Crack ain't hit yet. Everybody still look healthy. Okay. Everybody just look like they just enjoying the neighborhood. It's real colorful around that motherfucker. All right? But then we see Mad Dog. Mad Dog then ran up on the house and Mama home this time, banging on the door. I love you. Mad Dog, go home. Mad Dog, go home. He get in his car. He leave. Jason come running inside to check on his mama. Mama, you all right? Did he get in? Nah, he ain't get in, baby. She smoking her cigarette, looking out the window, stressed the fuck out. Y'all can't hit her with that you should have chose better line, huh? Can't hit her with that on this one. She did choose better, okay? The war did it. It wasn't her fault. But anyway, Josh is wondering why he can't just leave them the fuck alone. And he said the fuck alone. Josh can't be no older than 8 years old. His mama felt the way. Wash your mouth, okay? Watch your mouth. That's all she said. And then he ran off, and she tells Jason, go see after your brother. Is a problem for me. This is the moment that as a grown-ass woman, you take a deep fucking breath, gather your shit, and go in there and you talk to your child. Stop making Jason the responsible party. Jason had already said he was going to help you set the table. Why you couldn't go and talk to your own damn son since Jason was going to set the table? I know her baby hairs and puffs was everything during this time. I know. She really let herself, get ran down from what happened with Mad Dog. I don't know if anybody paid attention to that. But the mom absolutely lost her luster because of that abusive relationship. And women often don't feel like they can go and find somebody else. They don't. They just sit in the house and wait on death and put all their life into their children, or in her case, into the one good child. But to me, I didn't like the way she told Jason to go and run after Josh instead of her going and providing emotional support for her son. It was almost as if she never really wanted to deal with Josh in the first place. Like, did you want to have Josh? You know what I'm saying? It seemed like you wanted to have both of your children at the beginning. But once we get to this part, it very much seems like you don't play a large part in really raising him as much as Jason does. Jason seems to be raising his little brother. I don't like that. I don't like that, y'all. I don't like when y'all make the older kids responsible for the younger kids. Oh, that's your job. No, the fuck it's not. Their job is to learn how to take care of themselves first. They barely know how to take care of themselves, and you making him emotionally and physically responsible for his little brother who is dealing with his emotions and his trauma in a totally different way than Jason is. But because Jason deals with the trauma as the people pleaser, let me try to fix it, and Josh deals with it by rebelling and trying to shut down his feelings, they're both dealing with trauma just in different ways. And because one can be seen as, less self-destructive, you will put one as a good child and one as a bad child, and that's not fucking fair. That's not fair. So first red flag in raising Josh is making Jason primarily responsible for him because you got all your shit with Mad Dog going on. So meanwhile, across town, Mad Dog is in his hell-like motel room drinking and talking to himself until finally he goes back to the house with flowers, drunk as hell, and kicks down the damn door. He throws the flowers at the woman. Okay? Throws them. Like, I'm supposed to want the flowers that you're throwing in my face, nigga? Are you insane? He is. He insists that she doesn't want him because of his leg, not because he's abusive, angry, violent, and drunk. Not because of all of those things, but because of his leg. He blames everything on that fucking leg. Self-pity, ignoring the truth of the matter, no accountability. He grabs her, tries to pick her up. She fights him. He smacks her and knocks her down to the floor. And once he hit her, it was like, oh, now we doing it. Now we in it. It's like, did you always want to beat the lady? My God. You're way too excited about hitting her. What the fuck? Because you mad because she don't want you. And you think if you keep begging and begging and begging, then she's supposed to acquiesce. And because she's not acquiescing, you become physical. You become physical, forcing affection on her, which is actually violence. She fights back because it's violence. And now you feel gratified in hitting her because you wanted to hit her from the beginning, but she had to give you the reason. That's why whenever men abuse their wives, everybody wants to say, what did you do? What did you say? Stop giving him a reason. Ain't no fucking reason. I need for y'all to understand this. A man that will hit a woman, that will put his hands on her, he will put his hands on her. Ain't shit that she can do. Ain't shit she can do, y'all. Real. If a man is abusive, he's abusive. It don't matter how nice, how quiet, how docile. She'll put too much fucking salt and pepper in the food. The food will be too hot. The food will be too cold. And next thing you know, she being smacked across the room. Like, nonsensical. You shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody, period. Y'all have a hard time understanding that. In real life, on the internet today, y'all have a hard time understanding that. Gunplay pull a fucking gun on LASHAE, and people are literally vocalizing and writing it down in the comments that she is the problem. She must have done something. Everybody's a crackhead. Anyway, Josh is watching angrily with tears running down his face. And then we see a gun. We don't know who's holding it. And then we hear a shot. Pop! Jason wakes up from a nightmare 10 years later or so. Wakes up that morning, kisses his mama goodbye, and goes to pick up Josh from another prison stint. On the way home, the streets are full of folks fighting and acting a damn fool. Totally different from the vibe of the 70s. Jason says that he can't wait to get a job and move away from here. Josh says he ain't moving nowhere. Then they stop to see Fast Feet Freddy that used to be, real good on his feet in the 70s, and now he's a crackhead. Josh homeboys come jump in the truck and take the top off so that they can go get some groceries, which probably means let's go get some weed. When they get Josh home, Josh is so damn drunk that he has to be carried inside by two men. One of the homeboys is Eddie Griffin, and his name is Rat on here. The other homeboy is from Naughty by Nature, and I can't remember what his name was in the movie because this is one of those movies where we just didn't hear people's names sometimes. Like, I still don't know what the mama name is, okay? But either way, Eddie Griffin and Jason and the homeboy dragged Josh inside, put him to bed. The mama had this surprise party for him. So when he shows up fucked up and drunk and takes a big ass piece out of the cake and pushes it into his face and eats the shit, the mama went from, oh, my baby, I'm so happy you home, to upset. Everybody's disappointed. Once Jason puts his drunk ass to bed, he comes back out and gets everybody back into the mood to party. I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. You make me feel so brand new. I want to spend my life. Okay, her name was Gloria. All right. But we got to get the party back going. Everybody gets back into the groove of things. Jason, once again, coming in and saving the damn day. Okay? That night, Jason has his reoccurring nightmare again and awakens in a sweat. Josh is laying next to him, sleeping like a goddamn rock. Okay? Probably smelling like vomit, ass, and alcohol. And Swisher Sweets. Now, here's the thing. And I'm going to say this again. I'm really going to need for y'all to stop over celebrating people going and coming out of jail. For real. For real. Like, I'm really annoyed with it because I feel like y'all like to romanticize these moments like a motherfucker coming home from the military. And that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. This person did something wrong most of the time. I know there's sometimes people go to jail for shit they ain't do. I got that. This ain't what we talking about. This nigga did that shit. Most of the time, them niggas did that shit. It is very, very annoying to me for people to have done something wrong, made a choice to actively do something they know might get their asses put in jail. They did it anyway. You throw a party before they go, and then you throw a party when they get out. And then when they come home on that same time and that same energy, now you disappointed. Why the fuck was your hopes ever up in the first place, mama? So they play ball the next day, and Josh tells Jason he noticed that he woke up early. He's still having them nightmares, huh? Jason tells Josh he needs to get off the bottle and find a job. He ain't learned nothing in prison. Josh knocks him on his ass and tells him, that's what I learned in prison. Oh, okay, we got it. We know. Jason runs behind him, gets off his ass first because he knocked you on the damn ground. He gets off the ground, then runs behind him and tells him if he needs help to get a job, all he got to do is ask. And then says, we cool? Once again, running behind somebody that is abusing you and offering them more grace than they are deserving of. He didn't ask you for help because he don't want help. He don't want help. If he actually wanted help, he would actually ask. That's why a lot of times people won't offer help if you don't ask, because nobody should be out here putting their good name on the line for somebody that will sully it when they didn't even fucking ask for the help. At least have the humility to ask for the help if you really want it. And this should have been a sign that Jason needed to let his brother end up back in prison like he was going to, instead of trying to force him to do the right thing. And the mama shouldn't have had a place for him to stay when he got out neither. Everybody be trying to make it easy, but you already made it easy. It was already easy when they had a place to stay before they ass went to jail. You already made it easy. Now it's time to make it fucking hard. And let's see what happened. Y'all be trying to save these motherfuckers from their own self-destruction. Let them self-destruct before they take you with them. But let me continue on in my notes. They cool. They dap off. Jason drags Josh to work, and Josh is ashamed. Because he don't want to work at a fast food restaurant with a hat on. He don't want to work no regular job like that. That's embarrassing to him. Their mom begged her boss to give this nigga this job. She had 7 years as a manager at this store, right? We're going to get to it, y'all. We ain't ready for it yet. But I'm just telling y'all, she begged her boss to give him this job that he doesn't even want. Jason happily goes to his job down at the electronics store. He's about to be promoted to assistant manager and possibly get a job at a Dallas location. Trying to get our ass out of Houston. Got it. Then we got the old man, y'all, that does interludes in between shots in the movie. Shit in the world. Shit that travel and stink goes to your mind and into your soul. Shit that won't let you. You can't wipe it away. You can't rub it away. He wasn't lying, though. He wasn't lying at all. Jason rushes home with this good news about the possibility of becoming assistant manager at this Dallas store to find his mama sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette, distraught. She says, for 7 years, I've been assistant manager and not once has my register ever come up short. Been in charge 8 to 10 people at a time. Never has her register come up short. That made her proud. You know, we have what we have in this life. And in one day, her child took her 7 years for $10. For $10 fucking dollars. Don't know the value of nothing in this life. She says, I have tried to love him. It's been hard. I have tried to love him. She says, I would have thrown him to the streets a long time ago if you wasn't in my house. And honestly, that right there, you should have followed your intuition, ma'am. You should have ignored Jason and kicked Josh's ass out and let him fend for himself, since this is the energy that he wanted to have. I don't think somebody being your child means that you always have to be open to them. It doesn't mean you always have to be available in your home, available to them, especially if they are self-destructive and put you in harm's way with their recklessness. So mama's upset. And Jason's job is to make it better. She says they like night and day. Jason goes to drag Josh out of a strip club. And Josh has the nerve to tell him that he would rather be locked up for life than to be a punk ass mama's boy like him. And it's so funny because in this world, men really think like that. That's the whole simp mentality. Oh, you a simp because you have a good relationship with mama. You a simp. I'd rather be in jail for life. You'd rather be locked up for the rest of your life fighting to save your virginity than being in the good graces of your mother that does everything for you. Yeah, I don't believe that. I think that's what people say when they wish they was the chosen one. When they wish that they were the one that the parent loved and doted on, but not realizing the reason why they get doted on is because they make life easier for the parent. It's not their job, but that's what they do. They make life easier for the parent, and you make life harder. Because you make life harder, the other child has the responsibility of making it easier for the parent. That's just how this dynamic usually goes. I know from personal experience. Josh reminds Jason he is not his daddy and he doesn't have one, which is a slight to Jason. It's meant to make Jason feel bad. And that's the thing that makes me so upset about Jason's relationship with Josh, is that Josh is always throwing low blows his way. Y'all need to listen to the shit that people say to y'all. There are so many people I know that have family members that talk to them any kind of way, handle them disrespectfully. And because they are family, you keep giving motherfuckers inches and they keep taking miles. The people in your life, even if they're your family, if they are always jokingly cutting you, saying shit they know gonna hurt you and acting like, oh, I was just joking, I was just playing, please believe those people don't love you. Family don't mean a fucking thing. Blood don't mean a fucking thing. They wish for your downfall. They will in some way sabotage your life. Pay attention. It don't matter if y'all brothers. It don't matter if y'all sisters. It don't matter if y'all family. If there's somebody in your life that will take a moment like that and throw it in your face, you need to leave them wherever the fuck they at. Jason takes Josh home and puts him to bed, still with vomit and alcohol on his breath. He says he doesn't have those dreams anymore, and he pulls out the bottle of liquor and he says, all because of this. It's just like garlic. Keep the ghosts away. Garlic does not keep ghosts away. This nigga's ill. But either way, he letting him know that the alcohol is what keeps him from having the nightmares. It keeps him from thinking about what happened. At this point, we still don't know what happened. Jason tells his boss he can't take the job in Dallas. The you mean you can't take the job in Dallas, Jason? He says it's that brother of yours. Every time he get out, you start fucking up. He says he has to help his mama. His boss is pissed. Little boy comes over with his toy plane and asks him, something. And was like, that ever happened to you before? And he said, I ain't never been on a plane before. I ain't never flown before. And then here come Lyric. Jada Pinkett in all of her curly haired mullet realness. Okay, baby hair galore. All right? And she said, sometimes you don't need a plane to fly. You sell TVs? Listen, I'm smitten. Jason smitten. The public in 1994 is smitten. He asks where she work at. And she says, if it's meant to be, you'll find me. And leave it at that. See, I like this type of energy from a bitch, okay? Like me personally, I like this type of energy from a woman. I feel like this is the type of energy women should have with men. Oh, you want me, nigga? Come chase me. And if you ain't about to chase, then guess what? You ain't about me. Deuces, I ain't got time for this. Skedaddle, skeek. She does have to get her brother Alonzo his truck back before she go to work. Okay? This movie feel real California, even though everybody trying to be like real Southern. It's hilarious. Anyway, Josh and his homeboys are on the hustle, selling drugs to the kids who used to be the smartest niggas in the class before crack. One of Jason's homeboys from prison, Ron, has joined them, and he's offering to set Josh up with his partner, Alonzo, to get him straight. Now, we don't know what that means just yet. The homeboys, Rat and the other one, tell him to watch his back. Rat is one of them niggas in the hood, that they in the hood, but they a special nigga. You know what I'm saying? They in the hood because even the hood need a Yoda. You know what I'm saying? Even the hood needs a person that pays attention to their intuition about people. And Rat is that person. Rat had a lot of empathy and compassion for Josh in a way that I don't think other people did, first of all. And second of all, he was able to peep when people wasn't shit, for real. Because he was the one that turned to Josh and said, bro, you need to watch that motherfucker. He ain't right, okay? And he was right about that. So Josh is on the corner, right? So Jason comes over. And Rat said, here come the parole board. Why y'all play that boy like that? Okay, why y'all play him like the parole boy when y'all know this nigga actually is on probation? Anyway, he's asking if he found some work. And everyone just start laughing because your homeboys really don't mean you no well. Like, they might warn you against somebody that'll try to, snake you, but they really don't want you to rise above. They want you to stay walking around in the same place with them. Josh is just going to sit on his ass and find a coochie and wait out the recession. That's what he said. I said, oh, okay. So for all you love after lockup bitches out there, these are the niggas that y'all be waiting on. Right? Right, love after lockup bitches? It's a lot of y'all out there. Y'all love y'all a nigga from prison because y'all feel like he gonna beat the pussy up. Yeah, he gonna beat your ass too. He gonna beat the pussy up and then he gonna punch you in the face. Cause Josh definitely could have got some girl. As remedial as he seems, some girl was going to let Josh come and stay in her apartment, eat her baby snacks, call her a bitch, slut her out with no condom, and she was going to visit him while he was in jail. Do you hear me? Now, what have we seen of this man? He don't want a job. He's cruel. He's an alcoholic. He could barely keep it up because he can barely keep it down. And trust me, some woman out there was still gonna fuck him and let him come stay up at her house. So I just want to remind y'all that niggas know that y'all gonna let them come stay up at y'all house. I just want y'all to recognize that. They know that all they gotta do is bend your back a little bit. Just a little bit. Beat the coochie up one good time. Ain't even gotta put that much work in. 30 minutes. Knock her legs loose. Got a place to stay. Sad. So I just want y'all to know about that. Clock that. He swears it's hard to find a job and he's been looking. Now it is hard to find a job for a felon, but it should be hard for a nigga to find a job. You stole $10 from your mama. The fact that y'all still out here trying to make him find a regular job, I would have been like, nigga, you need to go into the military. You need to do something that's going to give you some structure. Or you need to take your ass back to prison. Because it's obvious we can't even trust you down to the fried chicken place not to steal $10 from your damn mama register. You steal from your own mama? Ain't nobody about to hire this nigga. If I was Jason, there ain't nothing you can do. Let him self-destruct. Let him be stupid and ignorant into this street shit and end up getting his pop top like we know it's going to happen. When he played Jason to the side over the job shit, Jason got pissed and there's some nostrils flaring before Rat come over and say, come on, Jason, let's go get something to eat. So they jump in the truck and they go to This Is It. Okay, listen, they went to This Is It. Okay, titties on a platter. Okay, listen. This is what lyric works. Two clowns in there acting up, asking her when she gonna stop the Mother Teresa thing and start giving it up to the brothers. Because apparently she ain't fucking none of these niggas in the community and they're upset about it. You see how a nigga do you and treat you like shit even when you're not fucking them? Fully clothed and they still in this public place clowning her. And the brother, Alonzo, this how we meet Tresh. Oh, fine ass nigga, I can't stand you. I loved him growing up. Pushes the plates. These niggas get scared. Oh, Alonzo, my bad. Yeah, you only have respect when a woman has a man in her life that's going to make you respect her. That's the only time, right? Because as y'all can see, it don't matter if you a hoe or not. These niggas going to disrespect you. If they want you and can't have you, they going to disrespect you anyway. Learned that lesson a long time ago. Okay? Brother comes in, you would think Alonzo is supposed to be coming to save the day. But do you know what he says loudly in a restaurant full of people about his sister? He says that maybe if her panties weren't so tight, her little kitty cat would have room to breathe. Maybe if she spread her legs a little more often, she can chill a fuck out. Now, as a brother, I need to understand, why is you trying to sell your sister's coochie out to the neighborhood fools? Why is you even talking about your sister's kitty cat, sir? I have problems. I have problems with all of this. I don't like none of this that's going on. Everybody wanted to act like he was protective, but if anybody listened to the words that came out of that nigga's mouth, wasn't no protection going on. Wasn't no protection going on. I ain't like none of that shit at all. He tell them, they laughing, right? They thought that shit was funny. And they say, hey, get the fuck up. Raise the fuck up. Get out. And they leave. He say they tripping. They bothering you. Talk to big brother. Like, nigga, are you crazy? This is her brother. He is slightly more sane than Josh. But how crazy is it for y'all both to be antagonistic to y'all siblings in such a manner? No respect. He knows she not, wait. Hold on. He knows she not mad. Oh, yeah, that's what he said. He said, I know you not mad. I ain't losing no sleep. Like, what the fuck? You just played me out in front of all of these people, in front of them goofy ass niggas, and because I ain't giving you no energy, now you mad at me talking about I ain't losing no sleep. Nigga, we know you ain't losing no sleep, you fucking demon. Anyway, then here come Marty, okay? With her big ass titties and her big old smile, her pretty face and her short skirt, slobbing his ass down. Security guard don't know how to feel. Alonzo, I get off soon. Okay, doing everything. Child, y'all know we love Marty. Girl, we love Marty. Marty is quoting self-help messages while Lyric is annoyed, tired, feet hurting on her period, girl. Marty says that she'll cover her shift so she can go ahead and leave early. And then here comes Jason and Rat coming in to get something to eat. And Marty instantly starts flirting with Jason. This is it. Now, what can I get for you? Okay, child, you got to make noises like, you fucking a nigga already. Tastes good. Just like, okay, girl, calm down. Your hood ass nigga just left. You trying to get Jason killed? Calm down. Okay? But then Jason sees Lyric walking out and thanking Marty for taking her shift. Oh, that's all right, Lyric. As soon as they catch eyes, Lyric look at him up and down. Okay, listen, bitch. It wasn't nothing like old 90s. Okay? Listen, you don't know whether I want to fuck with you or not when I give you that eye roll. Okay? Listen. Okay? It was a vibe, y'all. It was a vibe. He chased her. He chased her out to the bus stop and was like, girl, don't you know that bus not gonna come tonight because this meant to be. I found you, bitch. You told me if it was meant to be, it'd be. Well, ta-da. I'm here. It's meant to be. Child, that bus came. That lady got on her bus. He runs inside to get his keys from Rat and buy some roses off of a couple, which was so fucked up because the woman wanted her flowers. And the dude was like, man, here, take this shit. Back when we were still calling people Indian givers. Don't say that no more, y'all. That's fucked up. The Indians didn't give nobody shit. People are also not Indian. Native American. Anyway. So much problematic shit there. But he gets his keys, he gets the flowers, and he follows the bus. Follows the fucking bus route. And as she's walking to her house, he's following her in the car, which is creepy. Okay? And if she wasn't attracted to him, this would not be okay. Okay? She says, I ain't getting in no car with a gangster, and you could be a gangster. And he said, I ain't no gangster. My name is on my shirt. I sell TVs all day. Sold you one, matter of fact. My mama worked down to the chicken place. Nigga, check my references. I ain't no gangster. What's up? Okay, he was putting it all on the line. He says he's not going to ask her out, but help me out. Tell me where you going to be. If you're going to be at the grocery store, I want to be in the aisle next to you. If you're going to be at church, I want to be in the pew behind you. I'm a stalker. I just want to be wherever you're going to be at, but it's not stalking if you tell me. So just let me know where you're going to be at. Okay? Just let me know where you're going to be at or whatever. And she says to meet her on this bridge. And he say, when? And she said, next time the sun leave footprints across the sky. 7 o'clock. Okay? I just love the way she romantically said that shit. Okay? Before she goes inside, he tries to hand her the bouquet of roses and she just takes one. That night, she looks up at the sky and he looks up at the roses that she left behind. And bitch, we locked in, okay? It's about to be something. Listen, listen. I won't be where you at. You know what I'm saying? What's up? You know? It was mad energy, y'all. It was mad energy. I don't know about y'all, but it was mad energy. This is what niggas of today are missing. Y'all are missing how 90s dudes read books and poetry and asked their mamas for ideas on where to take bitches on dates to. Y'all, y'all don't be putting in the same amount of effort. Okay? The next day, she makes him climb up the bridge. He was scared, but he climbed up there so that they could watch the sunset. She asked where he thinks the bus was going that they saw passing in front of them. And he like, shit, I don't know. She was like, I don't know either. Isn't that great? Like, what's great about that? Not knowing. And, you know, she was like, I knew you wasn't going to get it. Because he clowned her. Like, so what, you going to jump? Thinking she crazy because she happy she don't know where the bus is going. But what she mean is the freedom of just getting on the bus and going and not knowing where it's going is a freedom that a lot of Black people don't understand and don't have mentally or financially. And what I mean by that is that travel is something that is given like in or thought of in leisure, luxury. You don't really get to travel unless you got money to travel. So a lot of Black people be stuck in the same town, in the same place. Not just Black people, anybody. You get stuck in the same town, in the same place. And for some people, that's cool. They like their town, they like their place, and they want to stay there. That's cool. But for other people, they want to see the world. They want to travel. They want to branch out. They want to experience what else is going on. I want to see what else is going on. Passion for living. Passion for traveling, just seeing shit. That's the energy that she's coming from. But because they live in a place where people don't dream, people don't really hope, people don't wish, they get a job down the fucking street. They don't even get a job in the city. They get a job at the fried chicken spot down the street. And ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. But when that's the mentality of everybody around you, you stick out like a sore thumb whenever you strive for something more. And then you click with the people that have that on some level. Look at Marty. Marty may have terrible taste in men. And we're going to see that a lot during the rest of the movie. But Marty is on her self-improvement. I'm quoting, you know, all kind of different people that I probably would never come in contact with, you know, in this neighborhood. People that want more for themselves but don't have access and don't know how to get it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was really trying to show the people that feel like they can't get out. Yes, you can. You can get out. And it don't have to take murder or suicide. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to take no big old thing for you to just go when you want to go. If you want to go, just go. And I feel like this movie is for the people that feel trapped wherever they are and needed to see people that look like them getting on a bus and just getting a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So she opened his mind up to thinking and feeling in a way that he already had been, but was too scared to. He been talking about leaving and going somewhere this whole time, but everybody around him is making him feel like he can't leave. So then here come Lyric. And Lyric is like, nah, let's go. I want to go. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy all of these moments, these small things, the sunset, all of that. Somebody that know how to enjoy their life, not just live it, right? Not just existing. He got a little bit piece of that on top of the fact that she was beautiful. It's OV. It's fucking OV. All niggas be needing is the muse. And she provided him the muse. So he said he ain't never really watched the sunset before, which makes me sad. Everybody should watch the sunset. It's just something you should do. There's God in nature. Just saying. When he takes her home, he asks when he can see her again. And she puts her fingers over his lips and says, surprise me. Love this shit too. Okay? Listen, take notes, bitches. Take notes. She said, surprise me. Now listen, these days you can't say surprise me, these broke ass niggas, because they may fuck up and you may not enjoy it. So when you say surprise me, later on send a list of options. Surprise me out of these options. Okay? But it was just, I love the swag of it. You know what I'm saying? The swag of it. I ain't thirsty for it. Yeah, I want to experience it, all that. But you going to put forth some effort, my nigga. Like, you gonna work for it. I like that. She made him work for it. So after church, Jason and his mama are outside getting the laundry while Josh is inside cooking up a surprise for them. Jason asks his mama for advice on where he should take Lyric. And she tells him how Mad Dog took her on a picnic with a sheep. Something special about picnics. You could tell they fucked on this picnic. When they go inside, Josh has used his drug money to buy a nice dinner for the family, a roast and everything. The shit look good. Instead of being happy and eating the food, Mama wants to be Florida Evans. It's drug money. And just starts throwing the food in the trash. Every time she threw a piece of food in the trash, I got pissed off. Because I'm like, you could not eat the food, mama. You could be like, you know what? I'm not eating this because I know where you got this money. Now, if y'all want to enjoy this, please do your thing. But I ain't fucking with it. But see, the act of throwing it in the trash can, when he turned around and he said to her, now I see how a man could beat you. Yeah, I hate the fact that she angered him in a way that he would open up his mouth and say that. Because, yeah, you could be angry at a bitch, but what your dad did to your mom, you didn't feel good about that neither. So don't sit up there and act like, oh, now I know why a man could beat you. That was fucked up. But that was a turning point for him. It is when he then starts to empathize with the father that he hates. That's accepting that I ain't shit. That's that. I'm accepting I ain't shit. Because the person that I have, been, I guess, hurting myself to hurt, my daddy, now I realize and I empathize with him on some level. So now I can be free to hate myself the way I really, really want to. Self-destruction is coming near you, is what it feels like in this moment. She slaps the shit out of him, and he goes to hit her, but Jason grabs him, and she says, I knew Mad Dog's ghost had gone somewhere. I just didn't know it was in my own house. And he looks so hurt. But I'm like, how the fuck you gonna say that you understand how somebody could beat your mama, and then when she say you just like your fucking daddy, now you wanna be hurt? I was like, nigga. Hurt people, y'all. It's crazy. I don't feel like anything that the mom did justified the shit that he did, because at the end of the day, you are putting that lady in harm's way. But you also knew that he wasn't going to be able to hold down a job after he stole that money from you. So what else you want him to do? You want him to get out your house. So instead of throwing away food, kick him the fuck out your house. Do what you really want to do and stop keeping him there as a demon to feed off of y'all energy and shit for Jason. Or because you don't want to look like a bad mother. Fuck out of here. You're going to look like a bad mama anyway with a nigga like that as a son. And it ain't even your fault. It ain't even really her fault, y'all. I'm just saying. Circumstances. What she was supposed to do. I'm trying to make sure we live to see the next day. Child, she didn't throw the roast out because when she went to grab the roast, he said, no, ma, not the roast. I spent $20 on that roast. $20 to make you happy, ma. He tried, but he stopped. But see, when she pissed him off like that and compared him to his daddy, he threw the table and all of the food was on the table. So it didn't even matter. Now the food all over the wall. So he goes out into the street angry and robs a woman by gunpoint, because we all know you niggas have mommy issues. Go abuse a woman in the street somewhere. He takes her car and her jewelry to Ron, his homeboy from prison, who is working at Lyric's brother's chop shop. Okay, and we all know that Lyric's brother is the nigga Alonzo. Jason surprises Lyric and takes her to have lunch in an empty museum. An empty museum, y'all. That shit was so fire. I was just like, oh my God, not a date in an empty museum. How much can something like that cost? I need to find out. I need to find out. That's some player ass shit. Anyway, so where was I? Where was I? Yes. After that, he takes her to the park and she goes into a fantasy once again. She was like, I'm in Paris and I'm at the finest hotels and I'm standing in the lobby in this flawless gown, this long train. Watch out, don't step on it. Okay? And I really feel like she was tapping into her Jasmine Guy for this role. That's what it felt like to me. But she says, I turn around and I see. And he was like, who, me? Me? Oh, all right. And now he catching on. And I'm flying in the motherfucker too. And then I see you. And I'm checking you out. He take like this real like regular hood way of it, but she enjoyed it because it was just a point of being in your imagination. Because if you can imagine it, it can happen. And that's the thing. That's what really should have been being learned from this movie is that if you can think it, if you can imagine it, if you want it, then you can make it happen for yourself. People really will try, like life circumstances and the people around you will try to beat that concept out of your head. It's one of life's biggest fucking games that they play with you. This life is full of games and challenges and, get to the next fucking level type shit. And one of those things is the concept of manifestation through your thoughts. If you keep telling people that the things that they want, is too big, it's too much, it's not going to happen, they'll start to believe it. And then they don't really try to make it happen because they don't think they can because they're listening to everybody around them that has allowed for that same mindset to fuck up their dreams. But no, she's coming to him with let's keep this imagination shit going. You know what I'm saying? And he really was feeding off of that. And so then, y'all, he washes her feet, which biblically we know is a sign of love and admiration, and humbling. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Bible, they talked about when the women washed Jesus' feet. Lady dried his feet with her hair or some shit like that. Just real thirsty bitch shit. But still, when you see the man doing this with her, it's endearing, it's sweet, it's sensual. It's gonna get him fucked. In a field of flowers. Absolutely. Y'all, the fact that Will Smith showed this movie to his grandmother, he really ain't shit. Cause there was some real, Skinamax porn type love making scenes. And I did not know, but this was not Jada's body because Jada doesn't do nudity. So Jada had a body double. When I tell y'all Jada had an excellent body double, because that body double looked just like her. But yeah, y'all, they hunched in the grass. They rolled around in a field of flowers and hunched real nice, real slow like. Okay? Ain't nothing like a old, I'm kissing and hunching you slow at. Like, girl, oh Lord. So the next day, Marty is talking about Alonzo loving to suck on her big old titties, okay? And then she asks about Lyric and Jason. And she says, he took me to the bayou. She's like, the girl, the bayou? Whatever. And she was like, and girl, he washed my feet. She was like, oh, what would I do for a nigga to wash these feet? But then she says, and then he laid me down and he rubbed my head so gently. And Marty and all of the bitches in the movie theater at the time are having the same reaction. Lyric, you would have made love. And then she quotes something. I didn't get the quotes, y'all, but she got she quoted something. Come go away with me, silver lines, silver hooks, whatever. And then she says to Marty, you could have the same thing. And the look on Marty's face is a testament to Nicole being an amazing actress. But she has this look where she's thinking about the possibility of that. And it almost made her happy, but then it made her sad because I think as soon as she thought she could have it, the thought of, girl, you can't have that came. And she, Lyric, girl, listen, only one man for me, ain't nobody better than Alonzo, and kind of shakes herself out of it. And I was just kind of like, this is the movie that shows you that the hood girls don't always want roughneck niggas. It's what they had available to them, first of all. And just because you want somebody who has confidence and is charismatic doesn't mean that you want to be with somebody abusive. But a lot of the times, the men who are charismatic, the men who will put themselves out there, the men who will mac on your ass and have all of that energy, they only have that confidence because they can kill another man. Because they can best another man in some capacity. And I just kind of feel like people be mad at women because they want, I feel like what in nature is seen as the survival of the fittest. Like a lot of times these hood niggas y'all talk about, hood niggas like Alonzo, that's survival of the fittest. He is small time but big time in his hood. Respect. Everybody fears him. He got minions as homeboys. At the end of the day, these are the men that women are supposed to be attracted to because these are the men that are able to acquire like wealth in the way that they acquire it, right? You don't have a lot of money, but you got a lot of respect in your hood. Why is a woman supposed to want to be with somebody that doesn't have that same energy? You know what I'm saying? You don't want the abusive part. You don't want the disrespectful part. No, but you want the charisma. You want the confidence. You want the, if I need to handle some shit, I can handle some shit. That don't mean it got to come with all of that crazy shit that Alonzo had going on with him. But that's just how it is in the environment. And people make women, especially black women, feel bad for being attracted to a certain type of man. But how can you be mad at them when what they perceive is strength? It's not really strength because it's a lack of self-control. Lack of self-control is not strength. But Alonzo had a lot of respect. I'll say it again. And with the respect means that she gets protection from other niggas because that's Alonzo's girl. Women are attracted to men who seem capable. Yes. And I feel like it's not that we want hypermasculinity. I think that we didn't have a choice. And after some, after years of where there are no other versions of niggas out there, like after years of that being the perception, you kind of just start to go with what's available to you. You start to go with who is at the top of the totem pole in your hood. And a lot of times, that's niggas that you really should not trust. It's sad, but that's just the situation. Because Alonzo is not to be trusted for nobody as far as I'm concerned. Speaking of Alonzo, he is being formally introduced to Josh Rat and the Silent Homeboy at the Houston Church Fair. Josh thinks he has some leverage. He'll think about robbing banks with Alonzo. Alonzo says, well, why you thinking? Won't y'all get y'all broke asses the fuck up out my face? Can't y'all see I'm trying to catch the Holy Ghost? Niggas always playing with God. I know I've been changed. Okay, listen. You see that I know I've been changed. Oh, Lord and Lord. Listen, that's y'all everybody. It was God the grace to make the rich like me. That choir was giving us everything we needed during the fair, right? Lyric and Jason are also at this fair having a good time on a date. Y'all, I love me a fair. I don't know if y'all know, but Fear, the movie with Reese Witherspoon and Mark Wahlberg. I know Mark Wahlberg is a racist, y'all, but back in the day, I did not know that. Back when he was Marky Mark, I was not aware. I was too young. I loved him. Fear is one of my favorite movies. And when he finger fucked that girl on the goddamn roller coaster, I pretty much have cemented that in my mind as a fantasy. So a girl loves a fair for a date. I'ma just tell y'all, okay? They got a fair right now at the mall. Lyric, if you're somewhere listening, okay? So Josh has just been embarrassed in front of his homeboys by Alonzo. And now he's drinking more and acting a fool and breaking shit and stealing, stealing big old teddy bears and shit. He's just doing too much. He sees Jason and Lyric. They're about to get on a ride and he gets upset because he's jealous. He's jealous of his brother. And so he jumps on this ride that they were on, and it was one of them rides that was spinning. And while they're on the ride, he's filling her up, and there's nothing that Jason can really do about it because the way the ride is going is pushing both of them towards Josh, who's sitting on the outside of the seat, and it's spinning, right? And she's like, Jason, what's wrong with your brother? And they eventually get off the ride, and Jason is pissed. Because at this point, now you done took this shit too fucking far with like touching her and all of that. So they get off the ride and he goes to grab Lyric again. And Jason pushes him. And he asks if she takes it up the ass. So since he decided to take it there, Jason proceeds to kick his ass and call him a joke. Once he punched him in the face a few times, he was like, all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Lyric says, Jason, he said he was sorry. Stop. And she said, no, he ain't sorry. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. And he pushed her off of him and she get pissed off. So she walk off now. But the truth of the matter is he was right. His brother wasn't sorry. He deserved to get his ass beat like that. And Rat, shut the fuck up. Rat sitting up there talking about you wrong. That's your brother. You know he out there. Yeah, but guess what? Your actions have consequences. Give a fuck if he out there or not. He was tripping. He was doing way too much. He disrespected that girl on a whole bunch, got all in her personal space, was touching her, then talking about, oh, is the pussy that good? Did she take it up the ass? Nigga, are you crazy? What you don't get is that when men use language like that, it's because they will do that to a woman. They will angrily have sex with a woman and do those things to her. They want to hurt you. Oh, yeah. They want to hurt fuck you. Please understand that. Thank you, Destiny, for the super chat. I see it. Hold up. Let me read it before I move on. Destiny, the boss. Thank you, Bondy. You are amazing. I am thoroughly enjoying your success and how you're growing in these YouTube streets. You, my girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Okay. Ooh. It was God's amazing grace that saved the wretch like me. Okay. So, sometime later, it's raining. And Jason is at the electronics store. And Lyric comes in out of the rain. And he seemed like he was angry at her. So she goes over to him and she starts to try to kiss him and pull him down to her. And he was kind of like trying to fight her. And then she pulls him close and she whispers something in his ear. And I don't know what she said. But whatever she said, it goes from soft to real harsh, like fucking on the cash register. Harsh in a good way. Harsh in a good way. But it did feel like all of this was going to be sore when it was all said and done. All this back here was going to be sore because it was hitting up against the cash register. But baby, the sex scene was everything. The sex scene was everything, okay? They was laid up on the sofa in a store, and he asked her, he was like, stay with me. I'm so tired. Yo. Girl, this nigga is coming to you to save him. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And most of the women, what we have done? Saved him. Yep. We would have saved him. We would have saved him. He fucked you against the register. You would have saved him. After he just finished beating a nigga ass for you, and that was his brother. He beat that nigga ass for you. That was his brother. You may not have wanted him to do all of that, but he did that for you. Then he just fucked you up against the cash register. Girl ain't going nowhere. Alonzo is planning this robbery because they robbing banks like idiots. But this is the last time you're going to be able to do this because you can't rob no banks these days. So, at least not like this. Alonzo is planning a robbery, putting Josh in as an important position. Don't know why you would do that. He says nobody gets greedy, nobody gets caught. Josh says that he may want to do a little shopping. And Alonzo pulls a gun on him and say, how about shopping for this gat? Josh looked scared, but he was like, come on, man. Get that the fuck up out my face. Because, you know, you can't be too pussy. You can't be too pussy. I'm not pussy like that, but you put a gun in my face, you know, self-preservation. Josh don't like taking orders, but he's too dumb to be a successful criminal on his own. Is giving remedial. Lyric is inside standing by the door and she hears the plan and what time they supposed to be there. So she goes and she tells Jason and makes him promise that he's just going to talk to his brother. And I was like, she shouldn't have never got involved in that. You should have never got involved in that. You know what your brother doing. You know Jason's brother ain't shit. You should have just stayed quiet and let that shit happen the way it was going to happen. But either way, hold up. Oh, she tells him that she got tired of dating street dudes because she was scared they may end up in a body bag. So she was telling him that because it's like, be careful because my brother is one of those niggas, right? He says it's time for them to get on that bus anyway. So they making plans to leave. But before they make their plans to leave, he got to go and take care of his brother. So he slowed Josh down when Josh was getting ready for the robbery. That made him late. Instead of just not showing up at all, Josh shows up to the robbery, to the bank late, causes a distraction, which leads to a shootout with a security guard. One of the dudes, I think that was Alonzo, that had to shoot and kill the guard. Josh tries to stop them from running out once the alarm was sounded. Hold up. We got to get the money. No, nigga, the vault is closed. The alarm is sounding. The police are on their way and you're stopping us from leaving, nigga. Are you crazy? He stays inside and beats a man for his gold watch. You disrespecting me? He got to get out all that frustration that he couldn't get out on his brother. He got to get it out on this man. Beats this man bloody, takes his watch, runs out. I thought Alonzo and them had left. I would have left his ass there. But I guess if he got caught, you would have talked to the police, so they waited for his ass. When he come outside, they pull him inside the car. They take him back to the chop shop and they slice his ass up. Now, because Josh is still a bitch-ass nigga, he tells them that it was his brother. And he was like, it was your bitch-ass sister fault. She told my brother about the robbery. Like, nigga, fuck my sister got to do with this shit. At the end of the day, you still the one that fucked up the robbery, regardless to whether his sister got involved or not. He says, you fucked up my money? Your brother fucking my sister? Oh, I'ma fuck both of y'all. Slow. I don't know what that meant, but he cut the nigga up, took the gold watch. How late motherfucker gonna tell time? Sent him on his way. Jason is telling his mama that him and Lyric are gonna just get on the bus and go. And she says that his brother is really gonna miss him. Girl, why is you guilting this boy with his brother again? You a part of the goddamn problem, mama. He asks why she can't just be happy for him. They hug, and then Josh comes in bloody and cut up, totally ruining the mood. The mama falls to the ground. Oh, my baby. Oh. Jason puts him in the shower. I got you, bro. Alonzo did this to you. I got you, bro. No, hold on, baby. Like trying to fight through the pain, right? Because he fucked up. So he goes to meet with Lyric all bloody, and she thought they was about to leave. And he says, my brother needs me. She said, no, I need you. She says, I guess that's why I didn't spend all my life fantasizing, because I just couldn't stand this ghetto shit. Listen, Jada was acting her ass off. She says, I am trying to love you, but you are going to break my heart if you keep trying to save a brother that don't want to be saved. Hello, don't want to be saved. Don't want to be saved. Pay attention. Don't want to be saved. You don't want it. When somebody wants to be saved, different. He doesn't want it. He's fighting it. She said, why does he have such a hold on you? Why you keep having these nightmares? And we finally get the explanation of what happened. He explains the night Mad Dog came over trying to force a ring on his mother's finger. Josh went and got a gun and pulled it on Mad Dog. And Jason took the gun away from him. And Mad Dog came rushing towards them. And Jason pulled the trigger by accident out of fear, because regardless to the fact that he was always smiling and telling his daddy that everything was okay, he was still afraid of him. Natural response. I felt fear. I pulled the trigger. He didn't mean to. But now you understand how fucked up Josh is. Because when Josh says, I ain't got no daddy, he's basically saying, nigga, you killed my daddy, when you are the one that went and got the gun in the first place. Child, Lyric tells Jason, walk away, Jason. We can't be together. So after that, child, seems like it's over between the two of them. Jason was looking through some old pictures, and his mother says it's easy to walk around with blinders on, not seeing the sacrifices that people are making for you. Meaning that she didn't realize how many sacrifices her son was making for her. So she tells Jason that he doesn't owe her or Josh anything, and there are no debts in this house. Nobody killed Mad Dog. He died in that war. They just didn't bury him. And that was some real shit. Take that guilt off. You ain't kill that nigga. That nigga was already crazy, and he wasn't himself anyway. That was a demon trying to eat everybody like on Beloved. She said, I want you to go to her, baby. Be happy. Josh overheard this conversation, and this pissed him off. So he goes to the bar, puts his daddy's dog tags around his neck, loads his revolver, very reminiscent of the night that Mad Dog came to the house and was killed. Very reminiscent, right? So Lyric is moping around her house, and Marty is like, girl, Alonzo mad at you. You better, fly low. But leave Jason alone. You don't know what Alonzo gonna do, because he mad. Trying to act like Jason never happened. Girl, good luck. She says that she knows Alonzo isn't perfect, but she gonna hold on to him because he's all she got. That's what the girls think. Let these men self-destruct and take them along with you. Take all your youth, your beauty, all that smile gonna be gone by the time you get to Jason's mama age. Just fucking watch. So she says the wards ain't full of Jasons. She said, what you found is quiet in a world full of thunder. Alonzo screams, Marty, bring your fine ass downstairs. Love calls. Not the sweetness that she wants, but she'll take it. So she sucks it up and goes downstairs. And she making out with him. And she like, you got a Jimmy? And he says no, but that's okay. She says no. How you gonna get the fire started if you can't hose me down? So they leave and go fuck in the alleyway. And I was like, why go fuck in the alleyway? Y'all just nasty. Y'all just nasty. They've been watching too much of that late 90s porn where people just be fucking anywhere, okay? I might review Beloved. Give me a chance, okay? That shit real deep and be all heavy on my soul. It took me a minute to get to Jason's lyric. So Rat tells Jason he needs to come on because Josh got a gun and he on his way to see Lyric. He gets caught by a train on his way to Lyric's house, jumps out of the train and jumps out of the car and runs across the train tracks, barely getting hit by a train. Josh shows up before him, though, kills Ron and the other homeboy. He was ready. He was ready to die. Pow, pow. Both of the homeboys dead. Goes upstairs to Lyric's room. Lyric was hiding. Lyric should have stayed hidden, but she didn't. She tried to run down the stairs. He grabbed her up. You trying to take my brother from me? Me and Jason, we not together no more. I don't believe you. Why you lying to me? Here come Jason running up. Jason got a gun off one of the niggas downstairs. Come on, Josh, man. Don't make me do this, man. Oh, I'm tired of you telling me I'm fucking up. You gonna choose her over me? Choosing myself, nigga. Choosing myself. But he was just like, what you mean you? I done gave my whole fucking life for you, nigga. Like, I'm it. I'm tired of giving my life for you. You ain't even, nigga, you ain't doing as much living for yourself as I'm doing for you, nigga. What? Josh pulls the gun. Not kills, but shoots. Shoot the lady in the chest. Close range. We thought she was dead. It was in the chest. It was right here. Shot her. In this moment, all of the anger that Jason had beforehand pointing his gun at his brother drains out of him completely. And Josh is now sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Very similar to what happened with Jason and Daddy. The way he said, he had the gun in his hand. Josh puts the gun to his head. Jason lets the gun go. Just, I don't even care no more, nigga. I don't even care. He was very manipulative. Come on, kill me. No, nigga. I can't even see you no more. He thinks that Lyric is dead, of course. He picks Lyric up and takes her down to the ambulance. Everybody's running up now. Rat's outside, the homeboys outside, and then they heard the gunshots. So here come Alonzo and Marty. And we hear the gunshot before they pulled up. Josh shot himself because Josh put the gun to his head. And then the final act was probably the most loving act that he'd ever done in his entire life. He killed himself. And let me tell y'all something. That was probably so tough for him to do, but that was the best thing he could have ever done. I'm sorry, y'all, but Josh wasn't going to stop. There are some people that you can't fix them. You can't therapy them. You can't pray them. Like, there's some people that they just gonna be who they be. And the only thing that's gonna stop them is not being here. And he was on a full path to self-destruction. So he shot himself in the head. They heard it. Jason heard it on the way down the stairs. Took the moment. Rat knew what had happened. Everybody just kind of knew when they heard the gunshot. But he walks her to the ambulance, y'all. And we thinking she dead. But then, many rivers to cross, though I can't seem to find my way over. Okay, listen. And then we got to see on the bus that Lyric lived. Shot in the shoulder, but lived. Her and Jason got on that bus together and got the fuck. Okay, so it was a happy ending. We got to see that same field that the kids grew up loving. We got to see that same field being sprayed with water because, life goes on. Life goes on. That bus looks so good, didn't it? Thank you. What is it? Jalila? Hale, thank you. Can you please do Spike Lee's Jungle Fever? Merci. Listen, I might. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. That was Jason's Lyric. Now that we're grown. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Definitely one of the movies that I think raised us as us 30-somethings growing up watching 90s movies and things of that nature. This really was a fantastic movie when you think about it. Really before its time. And not before its time because it was happening at the right time. But when you really look back on it and realize why Jason and Lyric were drawn to each other. You know what I'm saying? Why they were really, really drawn to each other is because they both provided a fantasy, but a way out. A way out of the depression that they were surrounded by. Thank you, what was that? Shakila. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. A drink on me and Ghana. Love you and your vis. Thank you so much. Listen, I cannot wait, y'all. I have pulled out the clothes. The packing will commence tomorrow. Okay? But I hope y'all enjoyed this. And I will be releasing a pre-recorded, now that we're grown, The Faculty. I'll be releasing that to y'all. October 30th, so day before Halloween. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.